had a dream, and I woke up, and I was like, I need to write this down. And so yeah, this is about my best friend. Wednesday, July 23rd, 2014. My name is Reese Mackley, and this is the story of how I'm losing my best friend. I don't normally keep a diary, but I want to have this to prove to anyone who doesn't believe in the epidemic. I am losing my best friend to it, and I don't want her death to be ignored by people who don't believe. Sparkle and I have been best friends for 3.5 years, but it seems much longer because of all the memories. We're directing a youth theater camp at our community theater this summer, and it is finally production week. For those of you who don't know, production week is the week leading up to a show. Sparkle and I got to the theater an hour early, and she called me into the green room just off stage. "What's up?" I asked. "I woke up today, and this weird mark was on my neck." "I don't see anything." "Reese, I'm wearing a scarf." "Right. Well, can I see the mark?" "Sure," she said nervously. Sparkle started to unwrap her scarf to reveal a line, about 1/2 inch thick, wrapping all the way around her neck and throat. I couldn't help but notice the resemblance it shared with a collar, like what cats and dogs wear. "It almost looks like a collar," I said. "I know," she replied curtly. "Well, how did you get it?" I asked. "I don't know. That's what freaks me out. I haven't done anything unusual at all lately. I've woken up, gone to work, come here, then either go to your house or go to mine. I haven't slept weird or had any pains at all. I've just been," she paused and sighed, "normal." "Does it hurt at all?" I asked. "No, that's the weird thing. I feel totally normal, except for the fact that I have a frickin' collar tattoo on my throat." "Sparkle, Reese, the kids want to know if they can come upstairs and get into costume. Lunch is over." That was Tiff. She's our stage manager and the younger sister of one of our other best friends. I whipped my phone out of my pocket to check the time, and sure enough, it was 12:30. Time to start rehearsal. "Sure, send them up," I said. Sparkle started wrapping her scarf around her neck as we heard a stampede of 20 kids aged 6 to 12 come charging up the stairs. One of the kids, Timmy, came up to us and said, "Miss Sparkle, Mr. Reese, want to see my boo-boo?" Timmy was a cute little 6-year-old with his front teeth missing, and he always listened to us and did whatever we asked of him. "Sure, Timmy, go ahead and show us," I said. Timmy unbuttoned the collar of his shirt to reveal a mark identical to the one around Sparkle's neck. Sparkle and I both looked at each other with horrified expressions. "How did you get that, Timmy?" Sparkle was frantic. "I don't know. I woke up and it was there." Reese, Sparkle, Tiff again. "What, Tiff?" I snapped. "I just thought you should know that Alyssa's not here today." "Oh great, thanks, Tiff." More great news. Alyssa was one of the lead parts, and she had never missed a rehearsal all summer. And now to miss this, of all days, what on earth? "I'll call Alyssa's mom," I offered. "Okay, I'll start the run-through." I walked to one of the rooms backstage and dialed Alyssa's mom number. It rang 4 times and went to voicemail. I feigned sweetness and said, "Hi, Mrs. Jones. This is Reese Mackley from theater camp. Sparkle and I were just wondering why Alyssa's not here. This is production week, and we really need everyone here, especially her." Whoops. They weren't my sweetness. "Anyways, if you could just give me a call, that'd be great. Thanks, bye." I hung up and started to walk out of the room when my phone started ringing. I looked down at it, and it informed me that Mrs. Jones was calling me. Superb. "Hello?" I answered with all the grace I could muster. "Yes, Reese, this is Shelley. Alyssa's mom, I just got your message. I meant to call you, but we had to take Alyssa to the emergency room, and we've been here all day." "Oh my gosh, what happened?" "Well, when she woke up this morning, she had this weird rash around her neck. Jim and I don't know what it was, so we thought it best we just take her to the ER and see what they say." My ears perked up at this. "The emergency room. That's a good idea. What presence of mind do these parents possess?" "Well, what did they say?" "They said they had never seen anything like it before, but the doctors across the globe were reporting cases identical since about 6 this morning." "That's so bizarre," I said. "Keep me posted." "We will, I promise." "She's great. We've loved having her. Talk to you later." "Yeah, goodbye." She hung up and I sank into the nearest chair. Oh my goodness, what is this? I decided to Google it right then and there. I looked up colors appearing overnight. The page was flooded with Facebook posts, blogs, Instagram photos, tweets, and news articles, all written within the last 6 hours. I saw people from all over the world of all ages with the exact same mark. What in the world? I don't understand. I finally found an article by a biologist. Across the globe, there have been reports of a strange mark appearing on people's necks between 11 p.m. last night and today. The marks are all identical, a thin black band approximately 0.5 inches in width wrapping around patients' necks. While the marks are all identical, the scientific community is still baffled as to what it is. It does not appear to be a rash, blister, or burn. Geneticists worldwide are running tests to see if the mark is genetic, while pathologists and epidemiologists are trying to identify it as a bacteria or virus. If you or someone you know has the mark, unofficially being called collar neck, please report to an emergency room near you for testing. I ran and got Sparkle and explained it all to her. Her already pale face drained of all remaining color, and I saw a tear roll down her cheek. I told Tiff to take over the rehearsal, and Sparkle and I went outside to her car. Sparkle, please don't go to the hospital. I just have this awful feeling about it. What am I supposed to do, Reese? I need to know what this is. There are scientists across the world working on it. They'll figure it out. Until then, please, keep it a secret. For me. But I leaned over the center console and hugged her. We stayed like that for a long time. Okay, for you. But as soon as I hear more about it, I'm going in. Thank you, I said it in almost a whisper. I feel like you should not go to the hospital. Okay. Okay. Now, let's go in. We have a show in less than 6 days. Sparkle wiped the tears from her eyes, and I from mine, and we exited the car together. Once out, I hugged her again for several minutes. We went back into rehearsal and didn't talk about the elephant in the room for another week. Tuesday, July 29th. It's been almost a week since the collar neck epidemic first started. Scientists are still baffled, but they did find another pattern. The older victims, primarily 50 years old and older, are starting to make odd throaty noises when irritated, almost like a hiss. A few younger patients are showing signs of hissing, but it's mostly in older adults. Scientists are quarantining collar neck patients in ICU and research wings in hospitals and universities worldwide. Sparkle is still keeping her case a secret, but we're both terrified. Doctors are saying it's not bacterial or viral, so they don't think that it's contagious, but they're not sure. We are both glad that theater camp is over. The last week of it was a total haze. I hardly remember anything from it. Sparkle and I have been spending as much time together as we can. Today, we were together for 10 consecutive hours. We just sat in my room and stared at the wall for most of it. My mom came in and brought us food, so we tried to feign kindness, but we were both petrified. I keep thinking, what if this is terminal and I lose my best friend? What happens then? What will I do? I try to blot those thoughts out of my head, but I can't help but think them. I'm so scared. Saturday, August 16th. Sparkle hissed at me today. I reached to grab my phone charger over her, and she hissed at me and swatted my hand. She immediately lost all of her color and stared at me, eyes like saucers. I stared at her too and slowly drew my hand back. She started apologizing, and I just kept saying over and over, "It's okay, it's okay." The news reports are showing older patients' ears becoming pointy rather than rounded, and pupils becoming slits rather than circles. Younger patients are starting to hiss more like the older ones. Scientists are saying that it has become evident that the symptoms progress faster in older patients than in younger. A few cases have had immediate family admitted with early symptoms, so doctors are forbidding visitors. And the UN is building a specialized hospital boat to quarantine the victims. We heard that both Alyssa and Timmy have been quarantined. Liz's mom told us that she is not allowed in while they study her, so she hasn't seen her for several days. Wednesday, August 20th. Collar neck is no longer so called. It has now been called the feline syndrome. Over 1,000 older patients are showing physical and mental traits of house cats. Sparkle and I have both noticed our eyes turning green and slay, but we refuse to mention it to each other, trying to ignore it. Local and federal governments worldwide are now offering rewards for victims of FS, and there are hospital buses driving around daily, picking up people with even the slightest hint of symptoms. Sparkle and I have been spending a lot of time in my large backyard lately. She's become fascinated by the large butterflies that flutter around. She always tries to catch them, and when she's watching one, she watches it so intently, I can't help but think of my own cat, Stephen, when he sees a bug or a mouse or something. I normally do most of the talking with Sparkle, and I now, because she said that talking is hard. Her teeth have been hurting her, and she says her tongue feels wrong. She's not herself anymore. I miss her sarcastic, crude jokes and comebacks. I miss when we would talk for hours about movies and friends and ideas, and go see movies or go shopping or anything that friends do. Now I just lay under my shade tree and she hunts butterflies while I monologue. I feel so alone. Thursday, August 21st. I have to get out of here. The Holocaust is happening all over again. The first small experimental hospital ships from Britain injected all of their patients with such large doses of sedatives that they all died. The police and medical assistants that were collecting victims are now literally hunting them. I've started calling them cat hunters. Sparkle can't hide her symptoms anymore, and she really is hardly human. She can't talk, and she's shrinking and growing fur, and her face is changing. No other victim that I've read about changed this fast. I'm speaking this entry to Siri as I pack. I don't know where we'll go, but we'll have to leave. I am not losing my best friend under any circumstances. I am not going to let someone kill her because she can't be explained or because she scares people. Shit! Crap! Sorry! I see a cat hunter outside. Sparkle, get in my closet. Sparkle, now! Come on, don't make me put you in my suitcase. I don't want to resort to that. Sparkle! I'm tracking her and what I have in my bag out to my car in the back, while my mom smothers the cat hunters with hospitality. I haven't told her about Sparkle, but she knows. Okay, we're at my car. She's so terrified. She's looking around frantically like she doesn't know what's happening. She's so lost. We're in my car now and I'm driving out into the country. I don't know where, but I have to get away from these people. Shit. Crap. Ah! Siri, can you erase profanities? I don't even care right now. I don't have any food. I was going to get that next, but those frickin' cat hunters. Gotta find somewhere to stay. Once we get somewhere for the night, I'll write down some more. 11 p.m. I found an incredible place to stay. My youth group went to one of our church members' cabin for a weekend a few years ago, and somehow I wound up back here. It's on top of a hill, and the driveway is hardly visible at all from the road. The nearest neighbor must be miles away. The cabin is small and it has an outhouse, but keeping Sparkle alive is more important than air conditioning and running water. Just in the 6 hours it took for me to get here and get settled, she's changed even more. I can hardly recognize her as my best friend. She's curled up by the fire right now. She always loved bonfires when she was human. I hate outside and smoke, so I always tried to defer her away from them, but it's a necessary evil now, and it makes her happy. I can see a glimpse of my best friend again. I guess this is our life now. I'll figure out food, but I don't know. Wait, I think I hear something. It can't be. Sparkle, come here. I'm gonna hold you in my jacket. We're going in the cabin. I don't have time to put out the fire. Who's there? Who's there? Reese Mackley? We know you are harboring a wanted feline syndrome patient. If you do not hand the patient over, you will be an international criminal. She's not just some patient. Her name is Sparkle, and she is my best friend. I don't care who she used to be. Now she is dangerous and needs to be taken care of. I'm not giving her to you. You're just going to kill her like all the others. I am giving you to the count of 3. If I don't see the patient at that time, I will personally kill both of you, right here, right now. Well then shoot me, asshole! You make it all too easy, standing up like some hero. Oh, is that the patient? She's not even human anymore. Why are you holding on? She's my best friend, and I'm never letting go. Have it your way. Boom. Boom. Sparkle, I know you're already dead. How could a cat survive those shots? Just know I love you, and you'll always be my best. I realize that is totally bizarre, and unlike anything that I would normally write or share, but it's there.